It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege of interviewing the Presbyterian College assistant women's basketball coach, Coach Ivey Slaughter. How are you doing today?
Doing well. I'm doing well.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you want to get started in coaching in college women's basketball?
Yeah, so played at a high level and then I went overseas to play professionally. And then when I stopped playing, I went to be a graduate assistant at my alma mater. And I honestly thought that I was going to get into athletic administration. And then being around the program, learning the behind the scenes of how college athletics work, I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like being out here doing some drills and being able to learn and drawing plays and scouting reports and things like that. So I decided to give college coaching a shot, and I've been in it ever since. And I absolutely love it. I don't think there's anything else I would rather be doing right now as a job or a profession or even a lifestyle than being a college coach.
What was that experience like for you playing at Florida State?
It was amazing. I mean, I was an 18-year-old going into this big university, this big campus, and I'm from a smaller city, so it was crazy. I was like wide-eyed. But it was a great experience. I learned so much. I grew so much as a person. And I thank all of my coaches, especially Coach Sue Simmerau, who was my head coach, of just giving me the opportunity to play college basketball. But they definitely helped me grow as a young lady. They were all about person first, student second, athlete third, and they really cared for you in those orders. So it was an amazing experience, and we also won a lot, so that is also a good thing, right?
For you, what was that experience like putting on that jersey and representing the Seminoles?
It was amazing. So, interesting story. I didn't know what number I wanted to choose coming out of high school because I was both number 23 and number 4 throughout my journey growing up playing basketball. And right before I chose a number, our coaches kind of told us a story about Ice. Her name is Elisa Gladden, but everybody called her Ice. And they told us a story about her and how much she gave of herself for the team and things. I was like, I think I'm gonna choose 23 like her. Like I've never met her a day in my life. And that's kind of how I chose 23. But putting on that jersey for the first time was a surreal moment. Um, I was a freshman when we didn't have the fancy locker room that they have now. We did get it though while I was there. We did. But just being able to walk into our space and seeing my name on a locker and like that's my space, my game space. It was a surreal moment and I played definitely for what was in front of my jersey before what was on the back.
What were some of your biggest accomplishments throughout your college time?
Um, I think the biggest accomplishment was we left my senior class. We left the winningest class in Florida State history. Now, a couple of my friends the next year beat us. But that was one of the biggest accomplishments in my playing career. And we also were able to go to the NCAA tournament 4 years in a row. So that was also amazing. But the biggest blessing of just being a part of athletics, not just at the collegiate level, but just in athletics period, is the lifelong bonds and friendships and sisterhood and connections that you make with people that you cross paths with.
Coming out of college, what was that experience like trying out for the WNBA and trying out for the Liberty and the Aces?
Oh my goodness. When I tell you, I was scared out of my mind. I mean, I'm walking into a building of with women that I watched since high school, middle school. So, being able to like practice and play alongside of them was a crazy experience and I learned so much and it's very competitive, it's very physical from college to going into the league, but that experience was amazing. I really hope that every female that wants the opportunity is able to get the opportunity because it's one for the books for sure.
What were some of the things that you learned during that time to then help you over to playing overseas?
Work ethic, one. I mean, I've always had a very strong work ethic. I'm a very hard worker. I do all the little things, the dirty work, as people would say. But it's a different type of professionalism. It's a different type of commitment. Um, Definitely learned a lot about just how physical basketball is, how technical it is, really having to study the game. Those are some of the biggest things that I learned.
How was that experience like getting to travel the world to countries like Europe, Hungary, and Switzerland?
Amazing. So my first year I was in Hungary, my second year I was in Latvia, and my third year I was in Sweden and three different type of cultures. So I got to learn a lot of different diversify myself. I was able to diversify myself and sightsee. I mean, because of basketball, I was able to travel the world, not only in Europe, but I got to go to, different continents and things like that. So it was amazing. And I met some great friends and some great sisters along the way. And I was able to play at the highest level in Europe, which was EuroLeague. So that was also a great experience, just competing, exploring, learning new things, trying new places, trying new foods. So the experience that I was able to have is everlasting.
Coming off of your experience in playing professionally, what was it like getting into coaching and first going to UNC Asheville?
Um, it was a little different. I mean, because now you're on the other side of everything, and I'm truly blessed to Honey Brown, who gave me my first opportunity to get into college coaching, and I was going in there like a freshman all over again. I was a freshman coach, right? I really didn't know much. I knew a little bit, but I didn't know much, and I had great coworkers in D. Anderson and Evan Todd who helped me a lot, who were previous coaches. It was my first year, so I was like the baby on staff. But it was a great experience, especially knowing that a lot of my players wanted to go play professionally, and they wanted to go be graduate assistants. They want to do a lot of things that I have done before. So just kind of giving them that insight or that knowledge, or even trying to help them build connections and networks with people that I know to help them grow. I think that was the biggest thing my first year as a coach.
During your time at UNC Asheville, what were some of your biggest accomplishments?
I think one was just it's crazy because I was jumping up and down in this moment like I was a player, like I hit the winning shot. So in the conference tournament, we were down big. We were down big. We didn't I was looking down the bench and I'm just like, all these people are just like sad, like our career is about to be over. But we're like, we got this. We got to keep fighting. Um, one possession at a time, but we were down double digits and we came back and we won that game. That moment as a coach is just something that I could never get taken away. I mean, it was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. Just seeing my players jumping and celebrating and exciting. It was amazing. And then also just having some players that were all conference and some players that graduated. They were first generation in their family that graduated. Like those type of accomplishments were amazing.
For you, what was that transition like coming over to Presbyterian and getting to be their assistant coach?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, the adjustment, I've been in this league. I was in this league for 2 years prior to coming to Presbyterian, so I kind of knew this league and also playing here. I wasn't like, around the campus or anything, but I mean, I knew the gym and things like that, and really blessed and grateful for Tiffany Sarden, my boss, our head coach right now, of giving me this opportunity of being alongside of her. Great person, great coach. Oh my goodness, she's an amazing coach. So the transition was pretty smooth.
How was that feeling like getting to step onto that court for the first time now at Presbyterian?
It was I would say it was different, but not really. I mean, as a coach, when you step on the court, like you kind of just get like this. I don't want to say tunnel vision, but you have this mode that you get into once you step on the court. And it's all about, being getting better, getting your players better, especially in the practice setting, and then the game setting is just like we prepare for this, so let's go get this done.
What have been some of the things you've been able to accomplish so far in your coaching journey?
In my coaching journey, I mean, I've been able to coach some professionals. I've been able to coach some all conference players, and I'm really big on player development. So just seeing my players grow from year to year is definitely an accomplishment that I will forever keep checking off. But I think my next accomplishment that I would love to check off is being a conference champion as a coach.
Of course, as a coach, what has that experience been like getting to see those players going into the professional that you have coached?
It's amazing to see. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, it just overjoys my heart really because you see these young women start as freshmen or sophomores, being underclassmen and going to graduation and being able to see them become a professional in that profession and seeing how much they've grown and how much they have matured like that. That in itself is just like it makes me a proud mom, even though I'm not their mom. I feel that proud mom moment.
What does a typical game day look like for you as a coach versus for your athletes?
Yeah, so for us, we don't get to nap. Our players get to go home after shoot around and take a nap and relax and get ready for the game. But I mean, for us, it's usually shoot around. We'll go and we'll prepare what we need for that scouting report or whoever we're playing, and then we'll go and we'll watch film over some things that we want to just touch on before our women eat pregame. And then after that eat pregame, we usually come back in the office. I watch some more film, making sure I have all my T's crossed, my I's dotted. And then before we usually have shooting groups and things for our positions. And from there, we just get prepared and have our pregame speech or pregame talk, and then we'll go warm up and get ready for the game.
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you started to build for the program so far?
Yeah, so I mean, as you know, this is our second year here at Presbyterian, and we want to build a culture of servant leadership, love, joy, accountability, and discipline. And we've done that in our first year. We've been able to meet all those core pillars of our program. But we also have a new group coming in, so we have to instill that. And we have a good group who has already been reaching out to each other and finding that joy and finding that love and accountability with each other. So we really want to continue to build that and continue to have a championship culture.
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you compete against?
Um, ooh, do I need to list all of them or just a few? I'll list a few. So, um, we play against High Point, Longwood, Gardner Webb, USC Upstate, UNC Asheville, Radford, Winthrop. So, I mean, the Big South is extremely competitive. In the last 4 years, there's been a different team that has won the conference championship to go on to the NCAA tournament. So, our conference is very competitive, and I absolutely love being in the Big South.
What is that home game atmosphere like when teams like Longwood comes to home versus going to Gardner Webb or High Point?
Yeah, so I mean, at home we have a great community showing. Our fans are absolutely amazing. We see them a lot. I mean, it could be professors to someone that we see at the grocery store, right? And it's a great atmosphere here. I mean, our football team is the student section of its own. And I've experienced being on the other side of that. It's no fun, but being on this side, being on the Presbyterian home side, they give us a lot of energy. We feed off of that energy, which is amazing. And then away games, I mean, High Point, their arena is beautiful. They have a lot of fans. So just being in different type of environments away, we sometimes you have to bring your own energy. You have to build your own energy, and it's really us. Like we have to be there and we have to fight for each other. So that's kind of the difference in an away and a home atmosphere.
What does that recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes?
So usually we go out, we'll watch. Now you have different type of evaluation periods that we can go out and watch recruits. So, like coming up in July, we'll have some few weekends that we can go out and recruit. And a lot of the time, we'll get emails about a few kids we that we can go and evaluate. But it's just evaluating kids and seeing if they fit our culture, and seeing how they are as a teammate, how they are as a person, what are their intangibles, things like that when we go out and recruit.
What is that experience like getting to see press those prospective student athletes fall in love with the campus and the basketball facility?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, we're in a small town in Clinton, South Carolina, so we don't have all the glitz and glamour that most college campuses have, but we do have a family atmosphere. And once a prospective student athlete comes on campus and they get to meet our athletic director, our president of our college, it just feels like they're at home. And we are built on relationships. We're a relational type coaching staff. So making sure that we build those connections so when they come on campus, it just feels like they've been here before.
As a coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen putting on that jersey for the first time versus the seniors putting it on for?
Yeah. I mean, as a freshman, they're just so giddy, right? Like they're just excited and they're happy that like this is their first college game. And for me, seeing a freshman put on the jersey is just, and it's a elating feeling. Like they've accomplished something that they wanted to their entire life. They wanted to be a college athlete, and being able to put on that jersey and see them just so happy and nervous. Most of them are nervous, but just seeing them put it on is it's amazing feeling. And then you said like for a senior. It's definitely bittersweet. It's bittersweet. So, one of our seniors, Paige Kenseth, she has been at Presbyterian. She was at Presbyterian for 4 years, and seeing her put on her jersey for the last time, it was definitely bittersweet. Even though I only coached her for a year, we built a bond and a relationship that was so strong. So seeing her put that on it was very bittersweet.
What is that like getting to see those seniors putting on that last Presbyterian jersey and their first professional jersey, whether it's in the WNBA or overseas?
Yeah, I having them see them put on a overseas jersey or a WNBA jersey, it's it's almost like you want to tear up, right? Because they put in so much hard work, they put in so much sweat and tears into being a professional. A lot of them want to be that like that. They want their career to be in basketball for a few years. So seeing something that they have accomplished, it's really amazing.
What is that experience like getting to see them going into coaching after their playing career?
Proud mama moment. It's definitely a proud mama moment because um so many times I've had players come into my office and they want to get into coaching or they want to be a GA and they don't know how to do it or they ask you for advice or they ask like what was your process with doing all that and then just seeing them go into an interview or prepare for an interview or prepare for a Zoom meeting and things like that. And then they do it, they come back and say how amazing it was. It just makes me happy inside.
What are some of your future plans and goals for the program moving forward?
We definitely want to win championships. We want to win Big South championships. We want to be able to go to the NCAA tournament, and not only just go to the NCAA tournament, but actually win games in the NCAA tournament. Coach Tiff is one who's very competitive. We're all competitive as her assistant coaches, and we want to win. We want to absolutely continue a championship culture here, and I think that's our biggest accomplishment here at Presbyterian.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year?
I would say be a sponge. Work hard, be patient, be present. Ask the questions. If you have a question, ask. I think the biggest thing is a lot of freshmen come in and they just that first practice, boy, they'll get them, and then they'll be down a little bit. But it's a transition going from high school to college. The pace is different, the physicality is different, the workload is different, the discipline, the dedication is completely different. So I just think they need to come in with with the mindset of just working very, very hard and trying to do their best and bring their best every single day.
What advice would you give those seniors that have aspirations of playing in the WNBA or overseas?
Biggest thing is take care of your body. I mean, your body is your temple. A lot of professional athletes who have a long career really take care of their bodies. And after college, discipline has to go up to another level. You don't have coaches that are making you go to the gym, making you work out, strength and conditioning coaches that are making you stay in shape and lift weights. So that discipline piece has to go to another level. I think that's the biggest advice I can give to players that want to go into the professional basketball world.
What advice would you give those players that are transitioning from playing to getting into coaching?
Network. That's the biggest thing that you can do is network, get out there, meet people, and your reputation matters. Your reputation, it definitely matters. Presenting yourself and presenting yourself and taking care of yourself and like being a professional is the biggest thing, but networking for sure is a big thing. And to get into the coaching world and study the game, study X's and O's, pick other coaches' brains, be good at your craft.
What advice would you give those future assistant coaches looking to coach on the college level?
I think the biggest thing is you're an extension to your head coach. Whatever you can do to make your head coach life easier and putting out those fires, that will make you a great assistant coach. And also just not being a yes woman, being able to have those disagreements respectfully with your head coach. And then just being able to, if you want to go and you want this recruit and you want your head coach to really like this recruit, you better know everything about that recruit. A coach told me it's $200 million in the details. So be very detail oriented.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you on social media along with the program at?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with the program?
You said social media.
Mhm.
My social media is simple. It's I Slaughter at 23. That's where they can find me.
Thank you again, Coach Ivey Slaughter, for your interview, and best luck in your future at Presbyterian College as the assistant women's basketball coach.
Thank you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach, for your interview, and best luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.